Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hey. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hey. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rakshama. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Pahimam. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshama. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahimam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarane. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Apavitra, Pavitro Va, Sarva Avastang Gatopi Va, Ya Smaret Pundarika Aksham, Sabhaya Abhyantara Suchi, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. Om Jnana Timarandasya, Jnana Anjana Shalakaya, Chakshur Unmilitang Yena, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam, Pangung Langhayate Girim, Yat Kripa Tamahang Vande, Parama Ananda Madhavam. Trinadapi Sunichena, Torad Iva Sahishnana, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadahari. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. Kalau Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatir Anyata. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Korea Aikya Arna Koriho Mane Ash. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishna Book, Chapter 87, Prayers by the Personified Vedas, Scene number 31. The Krishna consciousness movement is based on this principle. Twad avagamid naveti bavad utha shubha shubhayor guna vigunan vayang starhi deha mritang cha giraha anu yugam anu ahang saguna gita paramparaya sravana brito yatastvam apavarga gatir manu jai. The personified Vedas continued. Dear Lord Krishna, anyone who by your grace has understood the glories of your lotus feet is callous to material happiness and distress. The material pangs are inevitable as long as we are existing within this material world. But a devotee does not divert his or her attention to such actions and reactions which are the results of pious and impious activities. Nor is a devotee very much disturbed or pleased by praise or condemnation by the people in general. A devotee is sometimes greatly praised by the people in general because of one's transcendental activities, and sometimes one is criticized even though there is no reason for adverse criticism. The pure devotee is always callous to the praise or condemnation by ordinary people. Actually, the devotee's activities are all on the transcendental plane. He or she is not interested in the praise or condemnation of people engaged in material activities. So, if the devotee can thus maintain his or her transcendental position, then one's liberation in this life and in the next is guaranteed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A devotee's transcendental position within this material world is maintained in the association of pure devotees. So simply by hearing the glorious activities enacted by Lord Krishna in different ages and in different incarnations. Now, Srila Prabhupada will comment. The Krishna consciousness movement is based on this principle. Srila Narottama Das Thakur has sung, Tandera Charana Sebi Bhakta Sanibas Janame Janame Hoy Ei Abhilash. My dear Lord Krishna, let me be engaged in your transcendental loving service as indicated by the previous acharyas, and let me live in the association of pure devotees. That is my desire, life after life. So, in other words, the devotee does not much care whether or not one is liberated, but he or she is anxious only for devotional service. Devotional service means that one does not do anything independently of the sanctions of the acharyas. The actions of the Krishna consciousness movement are directed by the previous acharyas, headed by Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. For in the association of devotees who follow these principles, a devotee is able to perfectly maintain his or her transcendental position. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that a devotee who knows him perfectly is very dear to him. Chatur vidha bhajante mang jana sukritinarjuna artho jigyasur artharti gyani cha bharatarshava. 4 kinds of pious men take to devotional service. If a man is pious, then in his distress condition, he approaches Lord Krishna for mitigation of his distress. And if a pious man is in need of material help, he also prays to Lord Krishna for such help. If a pious man is actually inquisitive about the science of God, he also approaches the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Similarly, a pious man who is simply anxious to know the science of Krishna also approaches the Supreme Lord. So out of these 4 classes of men, this last one is praised by Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita. Teshang jnani nitya yukta eka bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnanino thyartam achangcha mamma priya. A person who tries to understand Krishna with full knowledge and devotion by following in the footsteps of previous acharyas who are conversant with scientific knowledge of the Supreme Lord, such a devotee is praiseworthy. Such a devotee can understand that all conditions of life, whether favorable or unfavorable, are created by the supreme will of Lord Krishna. And when one has fully surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, he or she does not care whether one's condition of life is favorable or unfavorable. The devotee takes even an unfavorable condition to be the special favor of the personality of Godhead. Actually, there are no unfavorable conditions for a devotee. A devotee sees everything coming by the will of Lord Krishna as favorable. And so, in any condition of life, the devotee is simply enthusiastic to discharge his or her devotional service. And this devotional attitude is explained elsewhere in Bhagavad Gita. Dukeshu anuvigna manaha sukeshu vigata spriyaha vitaraga bhaya krodha sthitadir munir uchyate. One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst the threefold miseries, and who is neither elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of steady mind. Advaishta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samaduka sukha kshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma dridha nishchayaha mayarpita mano buddhir yomad bhakta same priyaha. One who is not envious, but who is a friend to all living entities, who does not think oneself a proprietor, and who is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, and whose mind and intelligence is fixed on Krishna. Such a devotee of Krishna is very dear to Krishna. Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma Na Shochati Na Kankshati Samak Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhakting Labate Param. One who is thus transcendentally situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. One never laments to or desires to have anything. One is equally disposed toward every living entity. In that state, one attains pure devotional service unto Krishna. Therefore, a devotee is never distressed in reversed conditions of life, nor is the devotee overjoyed in favorable conditions. In the higher stages of devotional service, a devotee is not even concerned with the list of do's and do-nots. Such a position can be maintained only by following in the footsteps of the acharyas. Because a pure devotee follows in the footsteps of the acharyas, any action one performs to discharge devotional service is to be understood to be on the transcendental platform. Lord Krishna therefore instructs us that when he instructed Uddhava in the 11th canto of the Bhagavatam, Krishna said, Acharyang mang vijaniyang navamanyeta karhachit namartya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guru. One should know the acharya as myself and never disrespect the acharya in any way. One should not envy the acharya, thinking the acharya to be an ordinary man, for the acharya is the representative of all the demigods. So, the acharya is above all criticism. A neophyte devotee should not consider him or herself to be on the same plane as the acharya. It should be accepted that the acharya is on the same platform as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and as such, neither Krishna nor his representative acharya should be subject to any adverse criticism by the neophyte devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nirantara Vakya. Na cha tasman manushyeshu Kashchin me priya kirtamaha bhavita nacha me tasmad anya priyataro bhuvi. In the final instructions of the Gita, it is said that there is no servant in this world more dear to Krishna than the acharya, nor will there ever be one more dear. And in the prayers of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, it is said, Sakshadharit Vena Samasta Shastrai Uktastatha Bhav Yata Eva Sadabhihi Kintu Prabhoya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam. The acharya is to be honored as much as the Supreme Lord, because the acharya is the most confidential servitor of the Lord. This is acknowledged in all revealed scriptures. and followed by all authorities. Therefore, respectful obeisances are to be given unto the lotus feet of such an acharya, who is a bona fide representative of Sri Hari Krishna. For this verse of the prayers of the personified Vedas, Srila Sridhar Swami prays as follows: Avagamang tavame disha madhava spuratiyanna sukha sukha sangamaha sravana varnana bhavam afapiva nahi bhavami yata vidikinkaraha. O Lord Madhava, please let me understand you so that I will no longer experience the entanglement of material pleasure and pain. Or else, just as good, please give me a taste for hearing and chanting about you, and so in that way, I will no longer be a slave to ritual injunctions. Namaste Narasimhaya Praklada Klada Dayane Hiranya Kashi Orabhakshaha Shilatanka Nakalaye Ito Nrsinga Padato Nrsingo Yato Yato Yamitato Nrsingha Bahir Nrsingo Hridaye Nrsingo Nrsringamading Sharanang Prapadye Tavakara Kamala Varei Nakam Madbhuta Sringang Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahadi Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahadi Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadish Jaya Jagadish Jaya Jagadisha Hare Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Iti Dwikswalila Bir Ananda Kunde Swagoshang Nimajjantam Akyapayantam Tadishita Gishu Bhaktarjitatvam Punak Prematastang Shatavriti Vande Vadang Deva Moksham Mokshavad Hingva Nachanyan Vrinehang Vareshada Piha Idang Deva Purnata Gopala Balang Sadame manasyavi rastam kimanyai. Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe. By such childhood pastimes as this, Krishna is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy. And Krishna is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that Krishna is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor for the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which might be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. No, my Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gopala in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? Om Tat Sat